You have just seen the wedding of what seems to be a couple as normal as you and me. You all thought you knew them and who they are. Thin, handsome Noam, sweet, lovely Tamar. But today we disclose a secret so rare that you'll realize you didn't know much of this pair. The two are quite special, and this you will see as we tell you about how the pair came to be. Estelle and Kalman, Brandy and Nikki, both sets of parents didn't know the tykes they were sure were quite regular kids into superheroes would grow. Noam, disguised as a pious young Jew, Pizza Man was his double, able to whip up a recipe that could get folks out of trouble. Tamari, disguised as a bossy gal, was the Communicator. Her web of words could work their spell, calming down nerves till later. Both children were adventurous, independent, and with minds of their own. To maintain their disguises, both of our heroes posed as less than model students, just managing to get through school. They were, of course, totally unaware of each other, and both continued to try and hide their superpowers from friend and foe. Army years were also difficult as they continued to hide their powers. Tamar headed for Austin, Texas, where she covered her identity as a student studying, what else? Communications. Hiding the secret of who he was nearly drove our poor hero insane. Noam headed for the Far East. Here he experienced new tastes and spirituality, honing his super skills. He visited many places, testing out his powers in some and gaining the name of Pizza Man from those who came to know of his powers. Eventually, Noam's travels led him towards his destiny and the United States. He came to Alaska, a wonderful place to both hide his powers and use them at the same time. Now is the time to return to Ron, of the fateful visit to tell. Noam flew south to visit Yael and worked in a restaurant as well. What better disguise for Pizza Man than a job in the culinary trade? Tamar was completing her uni degree and traveling plans she had made. But fate was at work, and surrounded by friends, at a Mexican restaurant they met. And following Central American travels, her heart on Alaska was set. magnetic force of their powers combined, and Alaska became her new home. She took over all of the North Slope media, from Barrow to Kotzebue to Nome. Hungry Alaskans and tourists alike who found their way to Apollo were sure that the very best pizza on Earth was the magical one they'd just swallowed. Magical menus and creative thoughts were winging their way through the snow as the world stood in awe and watched with delight the love of our heroes grow. It seems that love was not the only thing growing in cold, dark Alaska. There was also this big black bear. Oops, no, that seems to be a dog that they call King Saul. And, of course, eventually, their superpowers could no longer be contained while pretending to work for others. So, Pizza Man and the Communicator opened Alaska's super eatery, Urban Greens. And those who have had the amazing experience of eating there talk of the great Alaska Green Rush to this very day.
Now come on, Brady.
Okay, good. Very good.
No, let's... Sora. Sora.